Have you ever stopped to think about what would happen if the internet just stopped for 24 hours? No Google, no social media, no online banking, nothing. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But let's actually unpack what that day would look like. The first few minutes would be chaos, mixed with confusion. You'd probably think your Wi-Fi is just acting up. You'd reboot your router, check your phone, maybe even restart your computer. Then, the realization would slowly creep in. You'd try calling a friend. And that's when you discover that many phone services, especially those using voice over IP, are also down. Traditional landlines might still work, but who even has one of those anymore? Without GPS, navigation would become a genuine challenge. People would have to dig out old paper maps or rely on their memory in asking for directions. Imagine the traffic jams as digital traffic light systems fail. Forcing manual control, the morning commute would be an absolute nightmare. Economically, the impact would be catastrophic, even in just 24 hours. The global financial system would grind to a halt. The stock market, which relies on lightning-fast trades, would be frozen. Banks would be unable to process transactions. Credit and debit cards would become useless pieces of plastic. We'd have to revert to cash, but good luck getting any since ATMs would be offline. Businesses, big and small, would lose billions. Supply chains would be disrupted because logistics companies couldn't track shipments or coordinate deliveries. Hospitals would face immense challenges, while critical life support systems would likely have backups, accessing patient records, coordinating with other specialists, and even ordering supplies would become incredibly difficult. Emergency services would be strained, relying on older radio technologies to communicate. On a personal level, the silence would be deafening. We're so used to constant notifications and a stream of information. Without it, what would we do? We'd be forced to talk to the people around us, to our neighbors, to our families. We might pick up a book, go for a walk, or rediscover old hobbies. The initial panic would probably give way to a strange sense of calm and a bit of boredom. Kids would have to play outside instead of watching videos. We'd have to actually listen to the radio for news and music, if the stations were still broadcasting. Then, as the 24-hour mark approaches, a sense of anticipation would build. When the internet finally flickers back to life, the flood would be immense. A tidal wave of emails, messages, and notifications would hit our devices. The global economy would scramble to recover. Trying to process the massive backlog of transactions, it would take days, maybe even weeks, for things to return to some semblance of normal. This little thought experiment really shows how deeply the internet is woven into the fabric of our modern world. It's not just a tool for entertainment. It's the invisible infrastructure that supports nearly every aspect of our lives. A 24-hour shutdown would be more than just an inconvenience. It would be a society-wide system shock, a stark reminder of our dependence on this global network. It makes you appreciate that blinking Wi-Fi light a little bit more, doesn't it? What do you think you'd do during an internet blackout? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more what-if scenarios.